Could this here be a Tesla Model 3 from Kia? This is here the all-new Kia EV4, and it will be available in two different versions. We have here the sedan form, like the very long one, with a length of 4.73 meters or 186 inches. But there will also be a hatch version, a shorter one, which is 30 centimeters or 12 inches shorter at 4.43 meters or 174 inches. Very interesting concept. And here with Thomas Naudegefühl, we'll tell you all about it, and also how does it relate to the Kia EV3 and the EV6. Everything of that now in 4K, full screen and full length. Let's go. Here the front we can see, it is this typical EV face with Kia, closed front grille, a very clean design. We see here the daytime running light in a vertical way, and here then the docked structure for the headlamps. Pretty cool indeed, actually. They also have interesting matte colors, which are not real matte colors, but they appear matte-ish. And you might ask yourself, so wait a minute, they have the small EV3, then they have the larger EV6, but they are both more or less SUV or crossover-ish. This one now more in the sedan direction, more aiming towards the Tesla Model 3. That's the sense of it. And especially here as the sedan or fastback form, it has a CD value of 0.23, and that is the best one so far. Yes, a Model 3 is better there, but if you consider that an EV6 has a CD value of 0.28, this one is already way better. And recently in our EV6 review, we also found out that when you really floor it on the Autobahn, especially a German problem, when you drive a little bit faster, the consumption goes up. And this will be better with this vehicle here because it just has the better aerodynamic efficiency. This all taken in with 17-inch wheels. That would be the best ones. The ones we can see here actually at this moment are 19-inch, so these are the larger ones. They won't give you the best effect, but you can then switch between like the 17 and the 19-inch. And the sedan has the most unique form, so to speak. This will probably also worldwide be the more important model. This one also being built in South Korea. The hatch version will be built in Europe because that one is specially tailored to the European market. We'll also give you a deeper insight into the hatch version very soon. Quickly towards the rear, also here with the vertical tail lamps. So a very unique design overall, and it looks a little bit like a Kia Stinger in the electric form, doesn't it? And once again with the comparison, wait a minute, the EV6 is just 3 centimeters shorter, so it's more or less the same length like an EV6. However, the price will be lower, so this will be price-wise be above the EV3 but way below the EV6 because this one does not get 800-volt charging architecture. That means charging 10 to 80% will be about 30 minutes each. And the battery sizes, either the bigger one 81 kilowatt hours or the smaller one at 58 kilowatt hours. So this one here is rather using the tech of the EV3, also front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive versions later on, like we also expect with the EV3. And the front-wheel drive versions will have 7.4 or 7.7 seconds in the acceleration figure, depending if you have the small or the bigger battery, 204 horsepower maximum. So it's more trimmed towards pricing, efficiency, everything, and not necessarily to the best charging performance like it is with the EV6. Then again, the price is higher. So this could be more this good price performance model, maybe the best price performance EV at Kia, especially here with the long form because you have more space, and also about the efficiency, of course. And talking about the space, let's check out the trunk, because you see here, it is basically a sedan trunk. Look at that. But then again, it's of course very dark at the moment, but here we can also pull this one here to fold the seats, fold around. There we go. And then we can also fold this here, leave some more light in. There we go. And I can also quickly measure it. Go, and in the length, the measurement is like 1 meter 10 or 43 inches. If I measure through to the front seats, that's the cool thing about this vehicle. Look at that, the whole ruler like 2 meters or 78 inches. So this is then the big advantage for this sedan type here. Of course, the EV6, EV3 and so on, and also here the EV4 hatch is then better for like the access to the trunk. What do you think about the design here? And by the way, the hatch, which I also soon show to you, this is a little bit longer than the EV3, so that you get really that the EV4 is in between there. To the interior, inside of the doors, here we have a nice structure on the top part. Then fabric is being used here, different trims will be available. Nice, separate buttons here, seat heating, heated steering wheel, seat cooling, that's cool. And the whole interior is animal free. That's what Kia has been famous for recently. And look at that. This is a high-grade leather red and has like a three-dimensional structure I can really feel. So that's new. And then some fabric here for the head restraints to like be a little bit more softer. Also the steering wheel here in the dual tone scheme. This one here is not the GT line. There will also be a GT line available, by the way. If you want a sporty look, then the steering wheel will also look different. But here then, so to speak, the base version of the vehicle. And yeah, this 3D structure is really interesting on the seat. And I feel that seating comfort-wise, this could be like a further development there. Steering wheel, in and out, up and down, manual. To activate the vehicle, here that's the right lower column you can actually press. Real buttons on the steering wheel, that's also cool to have. For example, right side for the volume, left side here to change something in digital instruments. We have this dual view here, so 12.3 inch each, left and right. So they use some common things and then upgrade other things, and you feel you're sitting rather lower. That's a difference then to their crossover or SUV models there. Leah comes around, but I can also, as a true gentleman, I have to open the door for the beautiful lady, of course. So here we go. You see here the door handles, they come flush in, fold in and out, and there we go. So you can take a look at the cockpit perspective from there. So I think I could be the only one to be able to measure the trunk with the ruler in these short time frames we have here, sadly. Here, the fabric at the dashboard, you can also hear it, how it feels. Then here again, a structure. So I think the use of materials are really good. And still a real temperature dial here. Press up or down for increase or decrease the temperature. Good to have also a manual volume knob. So that's the cool thing. They still keep a classic user interface. You fold this one up. This we know from the this is interesting. Like looks like marble, but it's not, of course. And then you can here fold this one back or forward. This could be the thing like you work maybe like a small table and laptop, or you have a picnic at the charging stop. Because as I said, the charging stop is not that quick here with this vehicle, honestly. But that's a decision again also concerning the price. USB-C charging in the lower part here, either with connection or just charging. 100 watt USB-C output here on the right side. That's actually pretty fancy. And once again, the look at the seat, look at this 3D structure. It is very interesting. It's nicely done, a new technique being used. This high-grade leather red. And Kia has also introduced that they make more bio-based materials then, either as filler on the doors or also for the surfaces, that they increase the share bit by bit to go full circle. Seat in the lowest position, 1.89 meters, 6'2". It gets close here with the headroom. This one is also one with a small panoramic roof. Let's see here, you can close this shade. Interesting that they don't use like an all-glass roof on the V, but I think it's a good decision. And let's see.
You can sit in the back now?
Oh, wait a minute. Look at that. Look at that. You can actually open that one. That is something we rarely see with EVs nowadays, because they use this glass roof here that you have more headroom. But I think it still fits here for 12Ls, no problem. And a real roof you can actually open. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll soon move to the back. First of all, a quick look here in front of the instruments. We know this basically from here. You have the view for the climate unit. This is like a separate small screen, and you can also press this one, so both is possible. There's also charging route planning here inside this GPS, but honestly, it's of course not the best GPS system. It's not that quick, not that responsive. So I always feel when I'm driving the Kia EVs, I want to use my Waze or Google Maps or Apple Maps and so on, but then I'm kind of stuck with this system if I want to have this like pre-planning of the charging stops and so on. So that's a little bit critical. Plastic store columns for the indicator and so on, and the steering wheel has also a good feeling. You can also set a separate favorite button, and this speed limit chime, I think here it was also just press and hold the mute button, right, the volume button. And a quick driver POV here for you, because I can also show you the head-up display. Then I can move over to the rear. Leah opens, in this case, the door herself. So there we go. Then we have these integrated coat hangers. You can hang a bag over it or maybe a coat, that's cool, and with a nice fabric structure. So I really like the material choice here. USB-C charging in the doors, and then look at that, a lot of legroom. That's cool. Both hatch and sedan have the same wheelbase, by the way. The only thing, of course, with these EV platforms, they have the sandwich architecture, battery in the floor, and that makes your feet higher. And then here the angle of your legs is like this. That's the only downside with almost all EVs. 189 602 once again still fits for the headroom, so the user of space is cool. It has this typical sedan rear feeling. Again, like with most other EVs, I would wish that my feet just would be lower. If you're not as tall, if you don't have that long legs, they will be, will be less problematically, definitely, than here. Following this down, there are some cup holders, not adaptive though. And you've seen from trunk, I can fold the seats, Isofix here at the outside each, and you have the high grade leatherette with this three-dimensional structure once again in the rear. This floor here, I mean, this is probably here like hand-built stuff. This will be like more flatter than in the final version. I felt it's cool. I usually leave this one here in, and I just take then our our battery vacuum cleaner, just with the with the normal long thing for the floor, and I just like vacuum clean it like I do like a normal carpet at home or something like that. That's very actually practical thing to do. So good that they use this EV flat for and make it all the way flat. I can also use this gentleman function, by the way, and move this seat here, or for example for chauffeur purposes in the rear here with these buttons, and this can also be of course reclined then for this relaxation function. Once again, when you are at a charging stop and want to have some more relaxation and so on, then you can also use this relaxation function. So yeah, Leah probably will look out for that when we are at the next charging stop with this one here. So yeah, my favorite definitely the space, length, aerodynamics, and the choice of materials with this one. This one, especially in the sedan form, being the most aerodynamic one, we can check out how aerodynamic is it, especially on the motorway. I'm not sure if it's maybe like a German thing or something. We of course have higher speeds on the Autobahn in Germany. That's why I'm also tuning into our channel always. But then we have a problem if you want to drive a little bit faster. All the EVs, they exceed the consumption figures so much. So I'm really looking forward to if this one will be better than here, especially if you consider the EV6. And then here in the front, by the way, you have the charging flap. This here, I think at the moment, the Korean standard, not the EU standard. Of course, it will be updated to your market. But you can see here that it's in the right front on the passenger side. What else is interesting, of course, to know if there is a frunk or not. So we can check this one out and see about that. That's always a crucial thing. I'm not sure, do you remember here the EV3 also had one, right? The small one, and here. In this case not. That's interesting. I mean, there is some space here, but not sure if that's enough space for a frunk later on. We'll also keep you updated on that, but at this moment it does not look like that. So that's indeed a surprise. Top speed, 170 kilometers an hour or 106 miles per hour. That's important. And the AC charging speed will be at 11 kilowatt. So no 22 available there. However, you can also get a heat pump, and then also the bi-directional charging is possible. So they offer this function that you have an adapter and you can charge some devices. And the trunk capacity is at 490 liters for the sedan. For the hatch, it would be 435 liters. And the official prices, they are not yet out or not yet confirmed yet. What we can say is that this one here is price-wise a little bit above the EV3, but not that close to the EV6 because it only has the simple charging architecture. And that means if we take current EV3 prices and then guess a little bit, this will be somewhat between 40 and 50,000 euros for the front-wheel drive versions. The all-wheel drive versions probably then a little bit more expensive. So I expect maybe like a GT line high-spec all-wheel drive, then maybe at 55,000 euros, something like that. So this will be approximately a spend, and of course we'll keep you updated on that, and really looking forward to drive this one here. And especially, as I said, as the sedan for the consumption at higher speed.